Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. I just wanted to talk today about Anthony Bourdain, a 61-year-old committed suicide. I didn't know this man personally. I wasn't even a huge fan of his show. I'm bringing this up because they say it's suicide, which who knows what type of depression or mental illness he was battling. I can tell you if he traveled a lot, he spent a lot of time in hotel rooms and stuff, and that can be pretty lonely. And I just wanted to say that I was reading online that whenever there's like celebrity suicides, and we had, I think, Kate Spade too. I didn't know her or her work really either, but that suicides spike when celebrities do this. And I just wanted to let people know that if you're struggling with any type of depression or mental illness or drug or alcohol addiction, that is, some people self-medicate with drugs and alcohol to battle depression, anxiety, whatever, is to get help. And the reason I say this is because I have had to deal with some of that. I have, in the last year, had to deal with some repressed memories of abuse, and that's not an easy thing to deal with. And I've asked for help, and I'm in support groups and stuff, and I have this whole network of people helping me, and the temptation to isolate or to avoid it or not deal with it is very high. And there are many days where I felt very down, very low, and then the memories started coming forward about a year ago, and then I started going into therapy, and then a month or so into that, my live-in girlfriend at the time started drinking and doing drugs, and she became violent and had to move out, and that was really hard, and that's since gotten worse. I had to get a restraining order in February, and that situation I keep wanting it to be done and her gone and out of my life, and she keeps popping up, and so I have to take all this stuff, and that is a challenge to go through while going through trauma therapy. My point in all of this is I have learned through years of support groups to ask for help, to have not just a couple of good friends, but like you need a support group and professionals and a whole team of people to help. It's why I do yoga. It's why I eat healthy. It's why I'm sober. It's why I surf. It's why I'm outside, because it would be easy to just isolate here and read all these depressing news stories and then go through my own trauma from, 4 decades ago, and it can swallow you up pretty whole. And it doesn't matter how big and vibrant your life is. Like, he flew around the world. He had this really cool show that a lot of people liked. My only experience with the guy is shared. I got upgraded once on a flight, and he was flying like near me. He was in first class, and I was like, wow, that's what he does. He flies around the world. And all the cool people he's met and all of the interesting stories he told and how he would relate the culture of the place. And I remember he posted about, he went to Vietnam, and this is a couple years ago, and then just went after Kissinger on Twitter about Kissinger helped ruin that country and the culture and the Vietnam War, all this stuff. It was like, wow, this cat was powerful for calling out Kissinger, great friend of Hillary Clinton. And, and so I respect him for that. And I bring all that up to show you that the appearance of an outside life might be masking whatever pain and trauma someone's going through inside. So if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling alone, ask for help. It's an act of courage to ask for help. And that is why I'm still alive. And, especially if you've had to deal with any sort of childhood trauma or anything like that, the temptation is to stifle it with drugs and alcohol. And we can distract ourselves with drugs, alcohol, sex, working out. I mean, anything. Work. I mean, I could obsess about just doing, 10 videos a day, and that's all I do is work out and do these political vigilante videos, and I never have any sort of life or interaction with people. And, we don't understand mental illness in this country, and people tell you, oh, buck up, pull out of it, or, if something bad happened to your child, just get over it. It's done. Just let it go. And it's like, do some research, get some help. There's a lot of good resources out there. There's different types of therapy, EMDR, somatic therapy. Again, the support group thing, I highly recommend that because usually those are free. And so I just wanted to talk about this because I've struggled with it. I've had friends that have struggled with it. And I know a lot of people out there that are doing a lot of hard, intense work on themselves, and that's why they're still able, and I'm still able to have a pretty amazing life through all of this. So you're not alone, and I would recommend the podcast Mental Illness Happy Hour that my friend Paul Gilmartin does. And if you're in an isolated rural area and there's not a lot of like support group meetings, all of those programs, AA, Al-Anon, Narcotics Anonymous, all of them have phone meetings. Usually every hour on the hour, and you call in and it's a conference call. And so the point is there's help out there, and there's people that want to talk to you, and there are people that have gone through what you've gone through and are willing to share. Like when I'm of service to someone that's newly going through this, it helps me. So I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you know that you're loved and you're not alone.